What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Surprise! This is a completely unplanned and unscheduled upload, but the wheels on my Cummins are in rough shape, and so we figured why not just go ahead and throw together a video of the whole process of taking those things from trash to looking pretty good. If you guys watched the video a while back when we powder coated the lift kit and the wheels on my GMC Sierra, you guys know we learned a whole bunch about the powder coating process, and so we figured, hey, those wheels look terrible, they're coming off the truck anyway, so why don't we just take the things that we learned through that process, apply them to these wheels, and just see what we can do with them. I'm going to take a second real quick and show you guys just what brought us to this point. So this is one of the wheels that came off of the rear of the truck. So these things are pretty cheap, I'm not going to lie, so the powder coat job really isn't the best. There are places that there actually is no powder at all and things like that, like on the back side, which I'll show you guys here in a second. But we had an axle seal that busted as well as a brake caliper that started leaking. And so before we realized it and addressed it, it actually started eating through the powder that was on here, which you guys can see right there. It's actually started eating through that and made it look really dull. And so these things just look a little bit rough. So we figured, hey, why not take a few days, take a couple days, whatever, try to make these things look a little bit better before we get the new tires put on and put them back on the truck. For those of you that don't know a whole bunch about powder coating, there is a whole bunch that goes into the prep process before you ever spray powder for the first time. And when we did those wheels the last time, we got a friend of ours to strip the old powder off with some chemical. And if I remember right, it cost around $450 to have that done. And so we started doing a little bit of research and found that we could buy the chemical in a 30-gallon barrel for just a little bit more money. And that would actually give us the opportunity to strip these wheels, as well as having plenty of powder left over to be able to strip some other parts in the future when we do some suspension on some of our other builds, as well as the wheels. So real quick, going to show you guys that, and we're going to go ahead and strip this next wheel down. We'll see how that works. So this is rim strip from powderstrip.com. It's a 33-gallon barrel. I think this was $775 for all of it. It's a mixture of methylene chloride and hydrofluoric acid, if I remember correctly. So this is my homemade strip tank, which I put a lid over the top of just to keep stuff from getting in it. But for those of you who don't know, a 55-gallon drum, when you cut it off and you put a wheel down in there, is the perfect diameter for a 20-inch wheel, which is what we have. So with that being said, we're about to go get our other wheel, drop it down in here, and I'm going to show you guys how that plays out. And I will say this stuff is pretty brutal, especially when it starts eating the powder. So you're definitely going to want a respirator, and I have some long elbow length gloves that I'm going to use because you also do not want to get this stuff on your skin. Huh? Huh?
I'm not getting close.
He doesn't know, but it burns, let me just tell you. Anyway, we're going to throw this wheel in. I actually have to, I got to take the weights and the valve stem out first. I'm going to drop this thing in face down first, just because it has more to eat on that side, and it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to drop it down in here. I'll give it a little bit of a, whew, that stuff's rough. I'll give it a little bit of a spin around, just kind of get some of it splashed up on it there. Leave it sitting about 10 minutes, and we'll come back, we'll check out what it looks like in about 10 minutes. Look at it already. It's already starting to pop it loose.
Yeah.
It's actually probably been about 15 minutes just kind of letting this thing chill in here. And we can go ahead and take a look right there. You can already see that started to pop up and pop loose.
Yeah.
So if we start, yeah, see right there? Just rinses it right off. So I'm just going to kind of wiggle that thing around in there, break anything loose that might just be kind of chilling. And pick it up.
Oh my God. Brother.
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
That junk eats it right off.
Quick, easy, and done. So the cool thing is, like, water actually neutralizes this. So once we get it completely stripped, we take it out, we just rinse it off, and it completely neutralizes any chemical that's left over, gets all that loose stuff off, and we're pretty much done. If I have to, I'll put it back in here to take loose any, like, little bit that may be left over. But honestly, makes life super easy, makes this super quick, gets it done just less than a half hour. You can be completely done stripping a wheel.
Yeah, and then we spend like 14 hours trying to sandblast the whole wheel.
That do be the time consuming part. Same thing here. Give that a few minutes, cover it right up, and come back, and she should be done. All right, so after about another 15 minutes of sitting in that chemical, we went ahead and rinsed it off, and all we did was rinse it with a normal water hose. That's what they directed us to do in the instructions and kind of the data sheet or whatever. So you can see right there, like in some of those little corners and stuff, we do still have a little bit. So all I'll do with that is I'll just throw it back in the chemical face down, because this is the only side. The back side actually came out pretty good, completely stripped. So all we got left is that little bit just in those corners. So I'll throw it back in the barrel face down so we can finish eating that up. Probably leave it, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Come back out, rinse it, and we'll be done with this one. Alrighty guys, so there they are. We ended up rinsing that last one off and getting everything off it. So got all 5 wheels done. I do say 5 because we do have one for the spare. So that way, if we ever have an issue, we do have a matching wheel and tire to put back on. So that'll be nice. But anyway, now that all these are stripped down and rinsed off, we're gonna let those kind of sit and dry. And once they do, then we're gonna break out the sandblasting pot. Go ahead and get those things sandblasted and prepped, because they need something. The powder needs something to be able to grab onto, so you do want to sandblast these things and do a good job of that. So we'll be doing that once these dry off, and once we get them sandblasted, man, it's going to be ready to start putting some color on these things and get these things baked out. So real excited about that. Anyway, we're going to wait a little bit. We'll get doing some sandblasting. Alrighty guys, so after way too long, finally got those wheels sandblasted. Got one of them in the oven right now after I washed it off, so it's drying and off-gassing and all that stuff. So you want to get this thing up to the temperature that you're going to be curing your powder coat at, and let it sit there for a few minutes so it can get all that gas and any oil and stuff like that burn off. So that way you don't have any issues with the finish after the fact. So as soon as I pull this out, I'm going to go ahead and move it into the paint booth, because that's the only place I've got the powder coat right now. Going to get it moved in there, get our powder set up, and we're going to go ahead and shoot this first color and see how it turns out. So pretty excited, and we'll see what happens. Alrighty guys, so there is the first wheel hung up behind me. So I'm doing these a two-tone color that I'm pretty excited about. First color we're going to be spraying is this Super Chrome from Prismatic Powders. Second color is going to kind of be a surprise, but I'm really excited about that one. I think that it's going to be super cool, almost as cool as the Prismatic Universe we sprayed before. So we're going to be spraying this chrome first, see how it flows out, and then come back with the second color. I'm as excited as you guys probably are to see how this turns out, because I just don't know how it's going to go. So a lot of ifs here, and I'm really pushing my luck here with very little experience. So anyway, go big or go home, baby. Okay, so I just pulled this stuff out of the oven. And let me tell y'all, for this to be powder coat, I'm pretty blown away for this to be chrome, okay? I'm not even gonna lie, so I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna show you guys real quick, and then y'all can let me know in the comments what y'all think, because why go real chrome when you can go this route? But anyway, check this out. Bro, that's powder coat, my dude. And this stuff, like around the outside, I didn't even go that heavy because it's getting another coat of another color. But where I did go a little heavier, which was like on the spokes in there, look at that. That is wild. And that is fake chrome, guys. That is fake chrome. That's powder coat. That blows my mind. So with that being said, and that's what we've got already, these wheels are going to look absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to get the rest of the chrome done on the rest of these so that I can shoot this other color and see the contrast between the two, because it's going to be nuts. I'll show you guys just as soon as I start spraying that what it looks like, which is going to be here in just a second, as soon as these others finish. But these wheels are going to look absolutely amazing. They went from that black and silver color, really cheap looking, to these are going to look like $1 million. Like, these are going to change the look of that truck absolutely 100%. So super excited to see how this is going to turn out. And well, that's given that it does turn out. But anyway, super excited about this. So we're fixing to go shoot a second color. Here's the color that I'm the most excited about. So this is a Supernova Teal. It is a teal green blue color, and it's got some seriously heavy chrome silver flake in it. So when this stuff flows out, this thing's gonna look absolutely amazing. And this is also the main reason that I'm gonna have to clear coat this after everything, because with the texture or with the flake in this, it actually leaves it a little bit textured. So they recommend to clear it if you want a smooth gloss finish. So that being said, we're about to load up our powder gun, get this sprayed on there, get it in the oven so we can see just how this turns out. Okay, so just real quick, before I actually show you guys this, I don't know if you can tell on the time lapse, this is way crazier than I ever thought that it was gonna be. I knew in the picture that it looked kind of insane, but looking at this now, man, this is crazy, and I can't wait to see it float out. Next comes the hard part, but I'm gonna show you guys real quick what this looks like before I do anything else. I've literally only sprayed it onto the wheel, and that's it. So I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. They said that there was flake in it, like chrome silver flake. They didn't say how much. And let me tell you, the pictures didn't do it justice at all. So these are probably gonna be, no, without a doubt, they're gonna be the craziest wheels that I have ever had on anything I have ever owned. So I'm pretty excited to see how these turned out. So with that being said, I'm about to bring the vacuum cleaner in here. We're gonna vacuum off the excess where we don't want any green, where we want the chrome to shine through. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get that, bring it in here. We're gonna get to work, getting these things set up for two-tone, get this in the oven, and we're about to find out just how good these things look. All right, so I didn't know how that was gonna work out with the vacuum, so I did not film this wheel, but I will go ahead and tell you guys, it turned out absolutely phenomenal, just like I hoped it would. So that being said, I'm baking this wheel out. I will show you guys the process of vacuuming off the other wheels tomorrow. So I'm gonna bake this one out, get it out of the oven, and tomorrow when I get back out here, we'll get on the vacuum, we'll get to work on these other wheels, and man, this is gonna blow your mind, okay? This is gonna blow your mind. I'm super excited. Can't wait for you guys to see the finished product, so make sure you keep watching. We'll be showing you here in a bit. Alrighty guys, so there is the wheel after the two-tone process. We got all of that wiped off where we didn't want it. So these things look absolutely nutty. Obviously this hasn't been baked yet, but that's the only process that I know of two-toning. I know you can tape it, but honestly, this is probably the quickest and easiest way. I'm sure there's some guys that know another way, but man, just look at that. All that flake in there. Laid out good and even. We got the chrome in there looking good. The chrome on the little studs out here. That looks really good. So about to take this thing, throw it in the oven so we can bake it out, bring it back in here, hit it with some clear coat, and then see how this joker looks after that. All right, guys. So I just got the wheel out of the oven, and let me tell you, this thing looks absolutely insane. Does still have a little bit of texture, so you can't get the full effect. So I'm not going to show you guys just yet. I'm going to go ahead and throw the clear on this thing so we can get it back in the oven, let it flow out. We have that perfect gloss finish, and then I'm going to show you guys the finished product before we go and get it put on the truck. But let me tell you, I think you guys are going to like this. I know I do. It's insane. Might be a little bit overkill on the glitter or the flake. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Once we clear it, we'll know a little more. But with that being said, I'm going to shoot some clear real quick, get this thing back in the oven, and then we're going to see just how this thing looks. So this just came out of the oven after clear coat and everything. And I got to tell y'all, this looks absolutely crazy. I'm not going to say anything else. Cue the B-roll. I can't get over how good that looks, man. So we've got all the chrome, we've got the green with the flake in there, and everything is good and pretty much smooth. There's a little bit of orange peel in it, but I'll be straight up, I haven't figured out how to powder coat and not get orange peel yet. I don't know if you can. But anyway, just look at this, man. The contrast in those colors is just perfect. I mean, there's just the right amount of contrast as well as tying together. So I'm fixing to go set this on the truck and just see what it looks like against the truck. Okay, actually, I don't know. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. I won't really know, I guess, until the tires are on it, and then we actually get to set it back down. But to be completely honest, there's a lot of things that I've done to my vehicles over the years that I did not like to begin with until it was, like, actually all together. So this may be one of those things. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to go tomorrow, get the tires put on, and then actually see this thing sitting at ride height with tires on it and everything else before I can actually make a decision on that. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of it so far. I don't know. It's not terrible, but it's not really like the contrast I was hoping for. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It may grow on me. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. And I don't know. I guess we'll see tomorrow. All right, so All-Star hooked us up as they always do, always taking care of us.
Dude, we need to paint the truck white.
I'm telling you, because look right there. You can see two of the wheels in the back of the truck up against the white on Starship. And man,
Dude, that looks good.
dude, it looks so good. These things are blinging like crazy, my dude. Look at that. Honestly, I think they're gonna look pretty good on the Dodge against all of a tan. I'm just not.
We got to find out.
Gotta find out. So let's get to the house, get these jokers mounted up. Moment of truth?
Will. Truck.
I guess we better put it on.
Brayden.
Yes. I'm in shorts.
Ew.
Ew. Need some sun.
All right. Let's go. Let's put this. You might need to check the wheel or truck up.
Yeah, probably. It's not a real good place to start.
I think it's about time to go get some Daytonas from Harbor Freight.
About that time, brother.
Excuse me.
Are we ready?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Let me tell you, it already looks a lot better with bigger tires.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, I don't think I hate it. I think it looks pretty decent. And I think once we get the other one up there, I think it's just gonna add a little bit to this thing.
Yeah, actually, it does look pretty good. I mean, we still got to put the hubcaps off, but we got to do some stuff with the axle, so.
Yeah, get those cleaned up and put on. We got a little bit of a leak to address there. But honestly, man, I don't think I hate it. And definitely going from those 265s or whatever it was to this, that was a good call.
Yeah, it don't look like it's skip leg day now.
True. The tires are definitely more fitting for the truck because the ones that were on it, man, they were tiny, you know?
Yeah.
And so it looked kind of funny, but I think once we get those all the way around it, I think this thing's gonna look good.
Yeah, we just don't have no powder. I mean, we can do the chrome, but we just can't do the blue or green, whatever the color is.
Yeah. So that'll be here tomorrow. I'll be able to get these things knocked out, clear coated, and then go get the other two mounted up, get them on the truck, and I think we'll be good to go.
And then we can go do a road trip in this thing.
That's right. For big stuff. Well, there it is with all four.
Don't get my legs.
What you think?
It looks good. It looks good.
In all honesty,
I'm surprised by the color combo, honestly.
yeah, it honestly works so much better than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure, to be honest. I was a little skeptical when we first put it on there.
Because it's a tan truck and it's like a bluish green. It's like a gasoline green almost.
Yeah, I mean, but man, now that you actually see it like together, and with the bigger tires too. Like with the bigger tires, it actually fills in the fender wells a little bit. It looks so much better, bro.
I mean, with the Toros that were on it originally, I mean, we probably only had like that much tire on it.
Yeah, so these are a fair amount taller now, and in all honesty, man, this thing just looks so much better. It did away with the black, which, you know, most people will probably disagree with, but in all honesty, as different as that is, I kind of dig it. I can't lie.
I mean, I like obnoxious stuff, so I mean, that's going to look good to me.
Yeah, so I think it needs a quick bath. What do you think?
It definitely needs a bath. I mean, everything here needs a bath, but we're working on this.
That's right. Let's go give it a wash. it took a little bit of time, but we finally got all 4 of these wheels knocked out and on the truck. And in my opinion, this thing looks absolutely amazing. So sometimes you just kind of have to trust the process and get everything together before you can make a judgment call on something like that. And honestly, this time it paid off, I think. And I think that it works. The truck's gonna have to be painted eventually anyway though, because it's not the best paint job in the world. So we'll either go back tan or we'll change the color. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about that. We do have a few other things though that we are gonna powder coat to try to tie that green into the truck and make it look like it just kind of flows and everything works together. But we finally just got in a whole bunch of parts for Hank's truck, so we're getting ready to get back to work on that. But as always, if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you check out these other videos right there. Hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.